So today I've got a really cool one for all you yoga bunnies out there. Anyone who's experienced shoulder pain with downward facing dog. We're going to show you how to assess it and how to start working towards building it back up again. Now, when I was dancing, I got loads of injuries to the point where eventually it caused me to retire. And it sent me on this little journey of finding things that worked. So I've used my body as a bit of a guinea pig so that I can pass on this stuff which I found actually helps. So, prompted by things in clinic this week, we're going to talk about the elbow joints and downward facing dog. So, the anatomy quickly. Elbow joints here. We have a hinge, it comes up and down, but that's really cool joints where the radius comes into the humerus. Don't know if you can see it there, we've got a little cup on the end of the bone and it allows it to just rotate. And when it rotates up here, can you see that the wrist moves at the bottom? Now when I first learned this blew my mind. I was like, wow, the movement's got nothing to do with the wrist. The wrist is just on the end of this thing that's happening up here. So that was my first little eye-opener years and years ago. So anyway, how this works in downward facing dog. As you come up, when I was first taught this, I was cued to take my elbow pits and rotate them inwards. Now, this is a brilliant cue for a lot of different reasons. That's another video in itself, how it affects the shoulder joints up here. But in order to do that, we need good range at that elbow joint and rotation. Now, for anyone who's ever broken a wrist, broken an elbow, sprained a wrist, fallen on an outstretched hand, all the tissue in here can get a bit ganked up. Actually, even ankle sprains can feed back up into that joint as well. So the way the body's connected is awesome. When we injure it, quite often while it's painful, we stop moving it. But when it becomes good again, we forget, we get an amnesia and we forget how it moves. So it just kind of gets locked in this position. So the exercise I'll show you later starts to shed some light on this, explore into that space again. Now, inspired by anatomy and motion, we have an arm spiral exercise. And my good friend Chris, one day, he broke it down a step further into its constituent parts. So he was like, from here, break it into an elbow, break it up into the shoulder joint, break it over into the scapular's movement. Awesome. So when it came to this, I was like, I need to make that even simpler. So this is what I came up with. So, downward facing dog. Your hand is fixed to the floor. So we call that closed chain. Normally your hand can move around, but in this, it's fixed. So then your elbow moves around underneath it. So this is how I figured out to assess it. Arms out like so. You can try that with me now. Rotate it so the palm is facing up as if you could put a cup on your hand. Hold your humerus, your bicep, and I want you to hold this in place. So as you start to move your hand, if you feel that top hand move, we know that you haven't locked that in place. Just lock it a little harder. Then from there, keeping your hand like a paddle and flat, you're just going to rotate at the elbow. And the goal is to get your palm facing the floor. That gives us 180 degrees at that joint, which should be pretty cool when you come to the yoga. If you haven't got that range and you feel this top arm moving around with it, then we need to do some work. And this is one of the first exercises I use. It's a FRC exercise, and it's really nice just to go from the micro to come back into this, so then we can build it back up into the macro again. So grab yourself a towel. I've got a towel here. You can use a board, you can use an old sock, a pair of underpants, whatever you got to hand. Take it in your hand like so. Now, with your elbows straight, your shoulders locked in place, all you're going to do is rotate or externally rotate that joint out. So your palm or the towel is not only facing the ceiling, but you might be able to get it a little further. From there, keeping everything up here locked in, bicep curl it up, still keeping that rotation on it. From there, rotate it the other way as far as it will go. Bring it all the way back down to straight without any hitching at the shoulder. So rotate all the way round, up, all the way round, all the way down. From there you can reverse it. So you rotate it internally, lift it up, rotate it externally, bring it all the way down to straight again. So again, we're looking at how does that joint move in the elbow, and also then can we lengthen all the tissues either side of it as well. There's ways we can then integrate that into different positions too, and then eventually it comes all the way back into the arm spiral, so then you integrate it from the fingertips through the ribs, spine, all the way down into the hips and feet, which is a flipping awesome whole body integration. So I hope you enjoyed it. My name's Dan. If you've got any comments, please put them underneath this and I'll do my best to answer them, and I look forward to seeing you next time.